South African sister traveling to another African country, which is Ghana, says that it gave her a spiritual healing. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
Visiting Ghana as a Black South African is probably going to be one of the most healing things you can do for your psyche and your spirit. And I know African Americans have been saying this, and I didn't expect to feel that way as a person who's lived on the continent for every day of my life except for the last 4 years. But it really does feel so spiritually healing, and that's because the society is so Afrocentric. It feels like things were built with an African in mind, right? I just felt so valid for the first time. In my own country, there's so many spaces where I feel apologetic. Like I feel like I shouldn't be there. And if I'm in the space, like, be grateful, right? And you can't act like this if you want to be here, because so much of our society is built with the Western gaze in mind and is built to be Western centric. And so being in a place where you are valid, where you are beautiful, where you are the person that you are the target market, you're not the accidental target market, you are the person that they are pitching these products to, walking in the shop and finding not just dark and lovely and whatever, finding beautiful products, looking at the fashion that is luxurious and African, like that will shake you to your core if you've never experienced that before. Like,
this is why traveling to an African country that's outside of where you're from is really important. The more we connect, the more we travel and see what others are doing, what their culture is, their history is, it's definitely eye-opening. And unfortunately, we're not able to. One, our governments are restricting us from seeing one another, and two, there's a perception of like, they don't like us, they hate us, we don't like each other, like this fake narrative that some other people concocted and gave us, and we buy it. So for this South African sister, going to Ghana meant spiritual healing. She felt healed because, in her own words, everything there was Afrocentric. It was made for Africans, by Africans. It was seen through our lens. And according to her, at least, living in South Africa, she felt like it was never, Black people, Black South Africans are not the target whenever they're trying to sell something, or whenever they're trying to tell a story. It's not for them. According to her, it's for the white gaze, is what the word she used. So, for her, going to Ghana opened her eyes to what it feels like to live in a country where majority of the people are Black and they're African. And if anything, since everyone is Black, now the separation becomes tribe, and you're from this region and I'm from that region. Mostly, our differences are different from what others might be facing, right? So this was her experience, and I would also recommend to our sister, now travel a little bit further, go to, Eastern Africa as well, go to Central, explore, and you will see each and every country has its own identifying beauty and culture, and it's just so wonderful. There's something about visiting another country and what it does to you, what it makes you realize, and how you can relate, but at the same time you can see the difference within your people and them, and it is just a beautiful thing. And for her to get that while traveling to Ghana is a positive thing, and this should encourage others to travel a little bit more. As much as it's hard, I know it's very hard, especially for Africans, to travel within Africa, but we have to push back, we have to say no, and this is our right, right? Like, no one can stop us from seeing the world. It also belongs to us. It's not just reserved for people that have strong passports or for the white people of this world. We deserve to travel and connect with our people as well. And I think her takeaway was great, and it's going to influence a lot of people to open their eyes and realize we don't hate each other. It's all love, and the only way you can see that is if you open up and allow the experience to take you where you need to go. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what our South African sister said, especially in regards to a community or a society or a country being Afrocentric versus being made for the white gaze. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the